Jay, and I am coming to you today yet again in another bathroom, well, my other bathroom. I don't know what it is about recording in bathrooms. Maybe it's the lighting or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's my shower curtain, which actually goes hand in hand with today's topic, which I'm going to be discussing, called "What You Should Know About Cruising." Yeah, I'm going on another cruise next year, and July of 2013, my husband and I will be celebrating 10 years of marriage, and we love to cruise. Well, I love to cruise. He didn't pretty much have a choice. I like the idea of going from port to port, not staying in one place, but staying in one place on this ship, if you know what I mean, getting off and exploring different areas and different countries and different islands. I love, 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 love cruise. Number one, you should pick the right cruise for you. All right? We cruise Carnival, but there are all kind of other lines to choose from. Carnival is generally the line who actually owns Princess, Costa, and Holland. We cruise Carnival because we're the average working American family, and we like to go places and do things, try to do something once a year, go on a vacation if we can afford it at that time. And usually Carnival is economically the right choice for us. So that's why we cruise Carnival. Disney. Again, I've done my research. I'm planning to cruise Disney in December of next year. My daughter will be 5 then, and so my husband and I plan to take her. We're planning it. I just have to do a little bit more research. But I looked online. It's a great cruise for kids. I've actually seen the ship personally when we went on a cruise in 2000 and I think it's 2009. Now has the DreamWorks experience, which is a cruise with the DreamWorks characters. You know, Kung Fu Panda. Who else? Madagascar. You know, if you go online on YouTube, you'll see all the carnivals, and you'll see the parades, and on the Oasis of the Seas, on the Allure of the Seas, which are the two, from my understanding, hugest ships out there. Right? You know, if you want to cruise with your children. Also, Carnival is a great place to cruise for your children as well. They have a lot of great children programs. They now have the game shows on the newest Breeze, and then the Sunshine will be out, I believe, next year. So they're coming up. Number 2, you should pick the best time to go. Research the best time to go. To me, typically, the best time to usually cruise is in the months of September and January for obvious reasons. September, everybody is at work, kids are in school, so and that's the time where the prices are usually the lowest. Disney Cruise currently has a deal going on where kids can cruise for free on cruises coming out of the Galveston port, and this is up until March of 2013. So you may want to look into that. It's for certain room categories, so just keep that in mind. It's for certain room categories. Flights play a huge part in if you're trying to save money for a cruise. I typically tend to book 3 to 5 months out, and I save a lot of money that way. And I also book on a Tuesday. And a couple of great websites: Airfare Watchdog, FareCompare.com. I have the Expedia and the Southwest little alert, so I can see an alert pop up on my computer when I see a great deal. That's good to have as well if you don't have time to look every other day at flights, 3 to 5 months out. You should have proper documentation. Oh my gosh, this is the most important thing when you're cruising, and I'll read this. It is highly recommended that you have a U.S. passport. If you don't have one, you can use a certified birth certificate with a raised seal. Usually if the ship is leaving and returning to a U.S. port, all you need is the raised seal birth certificate. But again, according to Carnival's site now, it is highly recommended that you obtain a passport. Copies of any documentation like your birth certificate or your passport or even all your credit cards. Sometimes what I've done is I make color copies of them and I put them in the safe. Embarkation is when you're actually boarding the ship, when you get ready to go on the ship. Debarkation is when you're coming off the ship. Okay, so that's just a little tip for novice cruisers. Also, this is very important. If you are a single parent, or if you're a parent who is taking children and your significant other will not be there, or you're separated or divorced, it is required that you obtain a notarized letter from the other parent stipulating that they'll allow their child to go on a cruise, their consent. Sometimes, you pay all this money and you get there, you don't have the proper documentation, this ship will leave and you're out thousands of dollars. And to me, I kind of never understood that. I'm thinking, why don't people research before they go? But, the ships have to look out because they're dealing with abduction laws and that sort of thing, so they have to be on their A game with that. So they're very strict about that. Have the proper documentation. That is an important tip. Number 4, you should choose the right room category based on your preference. Okay? I can go on and on about this, but let me read it. Depending on what you want and what you want to do and how much you want to spend, the rooms are in order from the lowest price to the highest. Interior, which everybody knows is no windows, is basically like a hotel room. You click off the light, it's dark, you're like in a hotel. The next level up is the ocean view room, which is the room with the window. That was my first cruising experience when I went on my honeymoon. We did have the window. It was great. I got to see the port, coming in and leaving. Got to see the sunset and rise, and it was nice. The next level is the balcony. My husband and I, we book balconies. I guess once you have one, it's you can't go back. Unless there's a good deal at the last minute, I'll book an interior room with the quickness, yes. So, but we love the balconies. I like to wake up early in the morning before the sun comes up, or watch it come up with a, with a hot cup of coffee. Have some moments, quiet time to myself. I also like to go out there and take naps. My husband likes to go out there and watch the sun, watch the sea. We like the feel of the warm breeze. We like to leave the door open to feel the breeze in the room. So we really like the balcony rooms. And then you have your suites. They're all kind of level suites. I was kind of lucky last year. We were able to experience a suite, and I booked through the Early Saver program with Carnival. I saved well over $1,000. Okay, so there's your options for your rooms. It all depends on your preference, what you're going to do on your cruise. If you book a room, and for some reason you're looking over time, you kind of look on the website, see if that you can see if the room has gone down. Carnival has something called Fair Viewer. If you go to the Carnival website, go to the search engine, type in Fair Viewer, type in your room, your category, the ship, the date you're going to leave, the state you live in, and if you're a past guest or not. They'll show all the categories with the pricing currently that day. So if you actually see that your room category is lower, fill out a form and get your onboard credit. Okay, that really helps, and it's kind of like a little something to look forward to when you go on your cruise. Okay, it's just like being in a hotel room. You click the TV on, you see your account, you see everything you're spending, so you keep track of everything. Okay, which leads me to number 5. You should determine how much money you'll spend. Okay, I'm going to read this again. This varies from person to person. This is my opinions on it. Usually my husband and I spend anywhere between $300 to $500 on a cruise. This is including excursions and alcoholic beverages. Now keep in mind that each cabin is allowed 2 bottles of wine. That's 750 milliliters per cabin, all right, for embarkation, all right. So go online, review the excursions, the restaurants with the extra fees. Some restaurants you do have to spend an extra fee for specialty restaurants, they call them. The spas, and really determine how much you're going to spend. Do you play in the casino? Do you drink alcohol? Keep that in mind. I've seen people spend $0 on a cruise because they just sunbathe, eat, and enjoy the onboard amenities. My husband and I will maybe only do 2 excursions on a cruise and just walk around and sightsee at another port. The last cruise we went on, one stop was Puerto Rico. We spent $0 on that stop because we were able to locate a police officer who just was walking around on the streets, and asked her, what is there to do around here? She then led us to a free trolley. There was a stop right across the street from the port where there's an open air trolley. We got to see all the streets of Puerto Rico. It drove us up to the fort. We got out, took pictures, enjoyed the scenery, got back in the open air trolley, enjoyed the ride back down. That was over an hour, and it was free. Okay, so just do your research. If you feel comfortable you meet somebody on a cruise, you meet another couple, or you're going in a group, you might want to put your money together, go into the nearest town. We've done that. We've met, we actually are friends. I just had dinner with my friend who's a travel agent. She came over to my house. We were actually talking about this, and we went with them. We were in St. Thomas at the time. They knew where to go, what to do. We got an open air taxi, went to town, saw all kind of other people from the ship. I felt comfortable. We were able to book a 2-hour tour of the whole island of St. Thomas for $20. $20 per person, which is not bad at all. There were all kind of people touring that area. We drove up. We saw Maidens Bay. We got out. They let us frolic on the sand, the beach for a little while. We had a stop where we had, shots, tequila shots, rum drinks. So it was fun, and it was $20. So, kind of think about that when you're going on these cruises. But also keep in mind that if you do not book through the cruise line and that excursion comes back late, you will get left behind. So you kind of got to use your gut on these things. Some people don't recommend it. I was one of the ones in the beginning where I was like, nope, I'm going with the ship. You can't tell me otherwise. I'm not getting left behind. But at the same time, you use common sense when you're going on these excursions, because you will get left behind. Look at the YouTube videos. There are people, hey, and they're getting left behind. Okay, so use your gut. Do the right thing when you're looking into excursions. Also, one more thing in regards to how much money you should bring. On board, they do have ATM machines that are high. They're about $6 to $8 per transaction. That's not including your own bank's fees if they're charging you a fee. You can rack up about $10 just getting some money out. Okay, some people bring cash before, which I generally do. But last cruise, I didn't know this. I needed some more money. I needed over $100. So what I did was I went to the customer service desk. I was able to write a check for the amount of money I needed, and I was able to get it. It works like a debit. Carnival has something called the Global Cash Access, and what it is, it works like they can see the money in your account, and it comes right out. If you are spending under $100, if you're writing a check for under $100, they'll charge a 5.5% fee. But since I needed well over $100, they charged me a flat fee of $5.50. So to me, that was better. So keep that in mind as well. So I talked about this a little bit about, which leads me to number 6. You should check out the activities on board as well as the excursions. I talked about that a little bit, so I gave you a little snippet on that, but I'll go ahead and read what I have. Carnival has a great kids program for toddlers, kids, preteens, and teens. Just go online to the Carnival website and check out each program. They also have babysitting from about 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Or if you're trying to go out, go dancing, they have the clubs on board, and they have, it's awesome. From 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. they have babysitting services, but these are fees. They will charge you, okay? So that was it, and if you have any additional questions, just go to my blog. I have the link down here below. It's called Mama Marmalade, and also I'll put a link to a PDF form so you can see what a caper looks like, and you can see what a child's kids camp program looks like for the day. And if you don't know, I'm sorry I didn't talk about what a caper was. A caper is just, they call it Carnival capers. Every day after your room is cleaned by your steward, they leave a Carnival, it's like a little newspaper. It tells you what's going on for the day, all the activities, the entertainment, things to do, contests. It's like a fun memo, if you will, to let you know what's going on. So I'll put that link below so you can see what that looks like. And hopefully this was helpful to a novice cruiser out there who's just looking for some little tidbits. And again, go to my blog. This information will be on there as well. All right, so thanks for watching. Bye.